Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth Claire Brewington with Discover Brightside. And today we are discovering a new pathway for Christian entrepreneurs, female, since this is Women History Month and it's the International Women's Day, and we're doing all things women. And I'm so excited to have Erin Harrington and hey guys, we've waited to see her for a couple of months because we've been trying to do this for some time now. So this is really special. So Erin does a lot with teaching Christian females how to be entrepreneurs, how to redefine, and as many Christians know that we always are confused. Can we be a Christian and have a business? Is it a conflict of our faith? So we have a lot of questions for you coming up. But in the meantime, I'm so delighted to have her on the show, and let's get into the studio. So hi, and thank you for coming on our show, and tell me a little bit about yourself and this wonderful topic. And I have notes, and I'm excited about talking to you.
Well, it is such an honor to be here, and I firmly believe in God's perfect timing. So clearly, it was supposed to happen now and not before. So I'm Erin Harrigan. I'm a Christian wife of 30 years. I'm an empty nest mom of adult daughters, which empty nest parenting is its own animal. And I love tacos, and I love cheese, and I love red wine, and I love the beach, and I
So
love
you're
the Lord. Exactly. So my story is I've been a driver, striver, and achievement chaser my whole life. I was the oldest of four to a single mom. We were in and out of poverty, and that really taught me that I had to go and make things happen to change the trajectory of my life. And I did that. I was in corporate for almost 30 years. I had a multi-level marketing business for 14 years. And about 4 years into that business, in 2014, I had the success. I had the car, I had the house, I was on the stage, all the accolades, but I was feeling so empty and so unfulfilled. And I thought, well, there must be something wrong with me. I don't want it badly enough. There's a crack in my belief. I need to do more. All the things that were sort of told in the entrepreneur world. And I reached out to a mentor who I fondly call the Velvet Hammer in my book. And she said two things. One, you don't know who you are or whose you are. And two, you were not made to work this way. And I thought, well, that's contrary to what I've always been taught. And it's contrary to what had made me successful. But see, I was very self reliant and self controlling. And so I thought, well, I'll just go sort of ram my way through it all. So that day, October 4th, 2014, I looked up and thought, I can't do this anymore. And Jesus said, good, let me drive. And so from that point, he began to change the way I looked at business, the way I did business, the way I looked at my mission in the marketplace. And over the following 4 years taught me so much about what does it mean to actually be ambitious, but allow the Lord to lead you. And so in 2018, he said, now go teach my ambitious daughters. And so I started my coaching business. So I coach one-on-one. I have a group coaching program. I launched my podcast, Pursuing Success God's Way at the time. Now it's called Redefining Hustle. And wrote my book, Pursuing Success God's Way. So it has been a mission I didn't anticipate I would be on, but it has been far greater than I could have done in my own strength. And so I teach other women to stay accountable to letting God lead in their business.
Wow, 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 wow. So yeah, so we've talked a lot about, wearing multiple hats
Yeah.
and, being a woman who's superwoman, and the expectation for us and the standard for us is so
Mm,
high.
mm.
So hustle. So tell me a little bit about redefining hustle. How do you define hustle?
Well, that's the challenge, right? Because in our world, hustle tends to be very negative, aggressive, forcing your way forward. Hustle till your haters ask if you're hiring, it's very noisy, it's very in your face and aggressive. But the actual first definition of hustle in the dictionary is to work with intention and purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I began to understand is that it's okay that the hustle fuels my adrenaline. Like I like to have things going. I've been on and off in conversations today and, booking new clients, et cetera. And that movement fuels me. The problem is we want to be able to do that in a way that's not frantic or hurried or rushed. And to do that, we need to embrace and therefore redefine what the world says hustle is. And we can look to Jesus and know that he worked with intention and purpose, a sense of timing, and always seeking his Father first, not seeking himself first, not like, what will Erin do today? Right. So it's a fine line because we also don't want to slip into the anti hustle movement. That's a new thing that has started to emerge over the last couple of years. And I believe that God made us ambitious, but he did not make us to do business as usual. He sees business as a vehicle for impact, and he has created each of us with very specific talents and gifts to serve those that he's already planned for us to serve. And so redefining hustle is about, how do I do this from a place of calm and peace? How do I do this from a place of working intentionally and purposefully, knowing, Elizabeth, that there will be seasons that we have to move more, but there will also be seasons that we're called to rest. And that itself is uncomfortable, right? So to me, that is what redefining hustle is all about. And I want women to know that it's okay. You were made ambitious, but you don't have to run with the big dogs. Like, who are the big dogs anyway? And you don't have to do business the way you've always been taught and sacrifice everything you have to be reaching for milestones and success that is ever changing and therefore never really fulfilling.
Wow, that sounds like so great. So how do people who need to redefine themselves and get more Christ-centered, how do they reach you, and what's the best way to work with you?
Well, the best place to reach me is my website. You can go to erinharrigan.com. I like to hang out on LinkedIn a lot, so you can find me there. I also am on Instagram. But the best way to work with me is really to understand what I stand for and what my content is, and to even get to know me from what I'm sharing online or through my podcast, because that will give you a sense of who I am. I'm very real. I get vulnerable. Sometimes I get testy, right? But I want people to experience that. And then from there, they will know, like, is this the coach that I've been looking for? Is her community what I want to be part of? Is it possible to be an executive level, high achieving woman and yet work with a coach who's telling me I need to sit with the Lord a little bit more, right? So I would encourage people to go check me out on all of those places, get to know me, and then schedule some time and let's chat.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And especially in this day and age, so head that way. And I think this is a great topic for Women History Month.
Mm,
So let's close with maybe give our women a message,
mhm,
uh, to wish them, women a happy. What does Women History Month mean to you?
mhm.
And let's close with that.
Sure. I read somewhere that we stand on the shoulders of giants. These women who paved a way for us to be able to work, for us to be able to vote, for us to be able to serve, and whatever that looks like for you. They did it not just for themselves, but for future generations. I believe my mom did that even as a single mom. I believe that my sisters and I do that for our all of our children, but certainly our daughters. I believe my daughters do that. Remember that the world around you, the world that's close to you, nieces, nephews, daughters, sons, family members, they're watching. They're watching to see if your words match your actions. So know that every step, even the smallest step, is paving the way for the legacy behind you. We are often told we lift as we rise, and we as women need to do a better job of lifting each other so that we can rise to the occasion of caring for families and caring for those that we serve and our clients and so on. So that's what Women's History Month means to me.
Okay, that sounds great. I think it means a lot to us. And I think you and I are living our lives. And, who knows if the next generation will be podcasters and
Right.
we would be turning the page and making history.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to watch your podcast and have you back. And we now have our own spiritual channel as well. So I can't wait to have you come and give a talk. So we're excited and so happy to meet you. And you're watching Discover Brightside, where we help you discover all kinds of great coaches and books and new ways to live a happy and a brighter life. So thanks you for watching us, and you can find us on Brightside, discoverbrightside.com.